It's surprising how many conversations we have and how out of control that section gets. Now, projects are a great way for you to determine and to house things that's going on in your account. Let me just explain what I mean by saying that. So when you're on your chat account, everybody is going to have the problem in the bottom left corner down here. So all these conversations here are all the historical chats from everything that you've had going on, either in a new chat window or one of your GBTs or one of the GBTs from the store. Every conversation that you start ends up down here. And it's surprising how many conversations we have and how out of control that section gets. It is difficult sometimes to come back and find things. So if you're having a session and you have a really good output in one of the conversations that you're having, I get into the habit of ripping stuff out and saving it into a doc so that I don't lose that. But this is where projects come into play. So I've just collapsed the GBT section in projects. So in projects, you'll see these little folders. I have a ton of projects going on for all sorts of different things. So here's a good use case, actually. So this is my LinkedIn. So what I did with this project is I wanted to keep my posts on LinkedIn in a structured and organized way. So what I've done within my project is I've put in PDF documents that link to people on LinkedIn that I thought were influential and I liked the way that they wrote. So I got a whole bunch of examples of people's posts, how they structured their posts and their stories, etc., how they were doing brand storytelling, etc. Then I put in the overview and analytics from my own LinkedIn account, and then I gave it some data as well as to what were the best performing content pieces. And then from there, then you're able to then also write a set of instructions. So then you can write a very, very detailed set of instructions on how you want this project to behave. So it's now got the knowledge base and examples of people and what your writing style is like. And it's also got a very clear set of instructions on how it's going to behave. So anytime I come into this project, you'll see here that it actually keeps a record of every single conversation going on. And that's a good thing for creating what's called persistent memory. Persistent memory means that it's not just using the knowledge base and the instructions, but it's also using the history of the chat inside this project to help keep itself within its guardrails and keep getting better as time goes on. Importantly, if you're in your project and you're having a conversation with it and it gets off-piste, because even with instructions and knowledge bases and persistent memory, sometimes it gets a little bit off whack.